Della Thomas was born in 1913 on her family farm near Mitchell, South Dakota. As a girl, her family moved to upstate Wisconsin, where she graduated from high school and then eventually went to college, earning a teaching certificate. She met a young man named John Thomas. They married, and then when Mr. Thomas was offered a position at Oklahoma A&M College, the family moved then to Stillwater, and this is where she spent the rest of her life. Her collection of materials related to Lewis Carroll and Alice in Wonderland were donated to the library in 2003. And it was unusual. You know, most of the collections we get are just paper, correspondence, reports, letters, that kind of stuff. Her collection has a variety of stuff in it. So she did have a number of books, various translations of Alice in Wonderland, commentaries, reflections. I think there are materials from 12 to 15 languages. I mean, you have your standard, your French, English, German, Italian, Dutch, but then we even have Chinese, Japanese, Aborigine, but then there were objects, and she'd collected, postcards, posters, notes, ceramic figures, resin figures, just a variety of things related to illustrations, just related to Alice in Wonderland. It's an amazing collection, and there's 64 boxes. In 1959, the library developed a new department called the Curriculum Materials Laboratory. This was designed to help mostly elementary school teachers, and Mrs. Thomas was hired as the first head of the Curriculum Materials Laboratory.
And it was the first one in the country where it was a model school library, so students could actually have hands-on experience with the potential librarians with what they'd be dealing with. She was a very strong advocate for early children's learning.
And during the time she was in charge of the Curriculum Materials Laboratory, she also taught classes in children's literature, even led tours of students going to various sites in Europe.
She took 4 or 5 to Europe and behind the Iron Curtain even, and then a couple to the Far East. And they would go to places where different authors grew up or famous museums. But the idea was to get a broad view of the actual settings that these things took place in.
And I think everywhere she went, she would look for, in bookstores, booksellers, she would look for materials related to Alice in Wonderland. What's unique about the collection, this stuff, individual items can be found elsewhere, but to have all of this variety of material at one location is really amazing. And because of Mrs. Thomas's relationship with the library and the CML, and we continue to have a curriculum materials laboratory, I think she saw it as a proper home for this, and we will try to keep it in a good condition for as long as we can.